panel discussion is the next generation of the fitness video. So I'd like to introduce Nicholas Lehman, the president of Digital NBC Universal. As president for Digital for NBC Universal, Nicholas Lehman works across the company's portfolio on strategy, partnerships, and innovation opportunities. Having overseen and grown some of NBCU's major digital businesses, such as Fandango, Lehman is currently focused on developing and launching new convergent brands to grow the company's overall digital footprint. Prior to joining NBC Universal, Lehman built and led numerous interactive businesses for IAC and MTV networks. Please welcome Nicholas Lehman, and I'll let him introduce his guests.
Hi everyone, as Julie said, I'm Nicholas Lehman. I'm president of digital for NBC Universal. The reason I'm actually here today is that I've spent a lot of the last year incubating a new fitness media brand called Radius for NBC Universal. And we decided to build Radius because we thought there was a huge opportunity to innovate in the multi-billion-dollar fitness video market, which we really thought was in flux and was really at an inflection point as consumers started to change from consuming physical media to digital media. And so we decided to build Radius. We launched it, if you may have seen it, we launched it about a month ago. And we think we've built the first truly convergent fitness media brand. And essentially what we offer is a very broad spectrum of instructional fitness programming. It is from some of the best trainers around the country, around the world. And we offer it as a subscription service that is available anytime, anywhere, and any place, and any screen or any device. As we built Radius, we really learned that the fitness video space was changing so quickly. What used to be this very static space of DVDs has really become so much more dynamic. There's just an explosion of content. There's an explosion of digital distribution methods, and we wanted to be there to capture that and frankly build a better mousetrap for consumers. So that's the topic for today. How is fitness video evolving? And we've put together this esteemed group of panelists, and I'd like to introduce them to you. First, we have Andrea Ambandos, who runs Dragonfly Productions, one of the leading production companies in the fitness space.
Leading.
Excuse me. Okay,
Please.
I stand corrected. I knew that was coming. We have Natalie Uhling, a leading fitness instructor, an Under Armour athlete, and now a Radius Master Trainer. And we have Andy Hunter, who is Vice President of Programming for Comcast Cable. And everyone up here has worked with us in some shape or form, lots of shapes and forms, to build Radius, but they're also just really right in the center of all these shifts going on, and so really well positioned to talk about the different trends. So we're gonna touch on kind of where we've been with fitness video, what is the past, how has everything changed, where are we going, and what's next. So if we're going to start with the past, I think we have to start with Andrea.
Oh, that's
sorry.
No.
I mean that with all deference and respect, of
course.
No, but seriously, yes. I think when Andrea was first introduced to me, she was introduced as the Fellini of fitness.
It's true.
Which is it's true. And so, I mean, you have seen and done it all in this space, right? Over, a couple years, you have produced some of the truly leading fitness video programs out there. Yes. So I thought, let's go back to the days of VHS, maybe even Betamax.
Okay, VHS, I'll accept.
Okay. And, I'd love to just, hear a little bit about some of your early hits. Like, what were the ones that really stuck out, that struck a chord? Whom did they appeal to? What were the early days like of fitness video?
Well, look, the consumer is still the same consumer that we have today. It's geared towards women who want to get fit at home, at their own time, in not being judged in gyms and things like that. So Walmart called me, back when they were first developing that special interest space, when movies were kind of being available on VHS, and they had a partnership with a guy who had an idea called Buns of Steel, and they asked if I was interested in investing in this product. So for a very small investment, I think we all put in like $15,000. We created this Buns of Steel, which really revolutionized the space, and it really was the jumpstart to what has become a tremendously active a business in terms of producing content for people at home to work out. And you know, since then I've gone on to do Zumba and Insanity and Body Beast.
I've heard of some of
you know,
those.
all
Yeah,
of those.
just
And when you called,
Yeah.
I was really excited because for me, I've always tried to bring a lot of quality to the programs that, you know, I would do, you know, up until this point. But I noticed the space was getting leaner and leaner, and you know, I had to keep up my lifestyle.
The DVD space was getting.
Yeah, the DVD
Yeah.
space.
We
you
don't
know?
want to. We don't want to mess with your lifestyle.
No. So I was looking for an opportunity in the digital space, but I wanted an opportunity that was really going to be all about quality
Right.
and all about premium fitness, like the time that we would put into creating programs like Zumba and Insanity and some of the fantastic programs that are out there. So when you brought the, you know, the whole Radius concept of really that premium fitness, but still in that digital multi-platform space, you know, I was so excited to be a part of it and try to bring all of that experience, you know, to the team. And certainly working with trainers like Natalie, it was a real pleasure.
Great. And so I guess let's talk a little bit about then, you know, what we think consumer demand is going towards in this space, particularly with different types of digital distribution. Andy, Comcast, certainly at the forefront of evolving digital distribution. You know, but you've had fitness content even before Radius. There was some other fitness content out there that you've had on your video on demand platforms. And I'm curious, you know, why has it been important to you? How does it perform? Why do you guys care about fitness content as, you know, a big distribution company?
Yeah, so Comcast has been in the on-demand fitness business since 2004. So it's been 10 years, going on 15. So it's been a long run. And really what's happened over that course of that time is, you know, on-demand has taken off. So on-demand 10 years ago is very, very different than it is today. And in fact, just to give you the scale at Comcast, this past year we did 2.8 billion hours in consumed media on the video on-demand platform. And when you look at it from a mobile and a web perspective, that's another 200 million hours. So there's just a tremendous amount of content and a tremendous amount of usage on the platform. And really, you know, fitness video and fitness content has really benefited from that. We have had a limited offering. You know, we've been in the business for a while. We haven't really recently had a huge offering, but that'll certainly change as we move forward. But even with the 50 and 100 hours we have, we do 200,000 hours a month. And so that's another 2.4 million a year. So there's definitely room for growth. I mean, we've had a great run. You know, one of the things that we look at is when we just want a diversified offering to our subscribers, and certainly fitness is something that they're interested in. So the more content we have, I think the better it will perform.
And so why did this Radius concept in particular appeal to Comcast? You know, how did it leverage your different platforms, or how will it,
Yeah,
I should
I
say,
think,
because we're yet to launch. We'll be launching this
Right.
year.
See, what's interesting about Radius, and there's others in the space, is the way you've looked at it, where you're going to have, you know, this offering every morning on NBC Sports. So that's really utilizing our linear platform, and we're still very much in the linear business. And then there's the free on-demand offering, which is, again, another business that we're in and gives our subscribers another place to access the content. And then if they really want to get involved, they can sign up for the subscription business. And so I think because it touches so many different platforms, and then as we move forward and it gets to mobile and it gets to more web, then really the benefit to Comcast and their subscribers is we're able to really, you know, provide content and content that people want across all these various platforms.
So it really shows off all the different platforms that Comcast can offer. Makes total sense. So we've talked a little bit about distribution, production. Let's talk about the talent with Natalie here. So I'm curious, you know, Natalie, you are certainly a highly sought after instructor. You work very closely with Under Armour. You know, why did you decide that now was the time to jump into video, and why Radius? Why did it appeal to you?
Yeah, so first and foremost, it was the wide scope, all the platforms that you're talking about. For me, I want my message, my voice, to kind of be able to hit different platforms from the linear side to the digital side. So that for me was definitely key in the direction that I wanted to go in professionally. And the variety of workouts you guys were shopping, so I've created a couple methods within Radius a jump rope series, a kickboxing series, and more like a dance kind of cardio series. And as a creator and a passionate person about what I do, it was a place that I knew that my brand could grow and kind of without a lid on it. Like we were, you know, it's growing. Fitness is where everyone wants to play right now. It is the hot thing. So it was just the right place, right time. And also the team of people that you guys put together was just, I really trust my gut when I work with people. I've been with Under Armour for 3 years and it's really been a match made in heaven. So this was another opportunity to work with amazing people that are unbelievably passionate about the space, and that's why I'm here.
And I think we at NBC Universal were very excited to work with people like Natalie because you could create all these different types of workouts because we really wanted the subscription offering to offer really something for everyone. And so it really is a platform for people like Natalie to create what they feel like can inspire consumers and do it very quickly, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a moment. But I figure, you know, we're talking a lot about video. We should probably look at some video. So maybe we can roll a little tape that gives you a little bit more sense as to what we're talking about with Radius and what that brand is and shows off some of our great talent. Why don't we roll that tape?
We are ready to be your spark, your reason, your challenge, your resolve, your moment to do things you never thought you could do, to try things you never imagined you would try, to take you to your next level, to guide you from your center to your outer limits. A universe of options, all on your time, your turf, your terms. Introducing Radius. Personalized fitness, anytime, anywhere. Fit your life.
So there you go. Who wouldn't want to exercise right after seeing that? So let's come back to the production question a little bit because I do think some things have changed here. So I'm curious, Andrea, you know, what is different about this shift from producing for DVDs to now this very broad spectrum, multi-platform production? Together we're producing for tablets, for mobile, for web, for linear TV, all in one, you know, under one umbrella of the Radius brand. So how has that changed your production process?
Well,
and
it's
approach?
It's a lot more work, you know, because
Thank you for that.
you know, it really eats it up.
Yeah.
So we have to, and it's a good thing because it keeps us very fresh, whereas we used to produce product and it would be for the year. You know, you maybe would do 10 workouts.
Right.
And you kind of had to buy into that you like those workouts. But now we're able to create so much more, you know, content and to a broader audience. So we're bringing men in for the first time in a really big way, you know, and we're bringing in a lot of genres of exercise that you couldn't, you know, really do anything with before, you know, because they were smaller
too
and
niche,
niche, you know. And so now with a platform and doing it multi-platform, we're able to do all sorts of things. And then also, you know, we want to really incorporate some of the new exciting things that fitness is involving with the wearables and all of the energy and excitement that's around now. So that's what it's kind of opened up and how production has changed. You know, the core values are the same, you know, it's high quality, multi-camera, you know, we're really
Well, that's
still
what
bringing
we're
those
doing.
things.
Not everybody does that,
No,
but that
I
is something that
don't-
we felt was
Well,
very
that was why I had
important.
gotten a lot of calls previous, you know, to Radius, and I wasn't really excited about it because they weren't willing to make the investment that it required to do high quality production.
Right.
But since this was something you were really prepared to invest in, I was so excited because it's not just about like what cameras you use, which is obviously critically important, but it's about the time that we spend in getting the best trainers, the best workouts, the hottest trends across the country, and that's what Radius is all about.
And I think
it's
the
exciting.
trend piece, I think, is really important. I think we'd all agree, you know, fitness being so in the zeitgeist these days, there is that explosion of content all the time. And I'm curious, when you used to produce for DVDs, from concept to getting a DVD on a shelf somewhere, what was that time frame versus, I know what it is today. I mean, we literally, I'll let you talk about it, but.
Well, I mean, you're asking me?
Yeah,
now?
no, like what's the difference? Like how much have we condensed that production time frame?
Well, it's very condensed, but I think it's because there aren't that many people who do what I do. It's a very small kind of group of people because we specialize in fitness production, So we're able to kind of create an opportunity to do the kind of production that you now need to do to support the multi-platform experience, because it is about variety, and that's what people really want. I mean, they want variety, so we have to broaden that base. But to answer your primary question, I mean, when we would do maybe the most 20 videos, and I think we just did like 200.
Right.
So it's quite,
in days,
in days. And
ask Natalie.
My body hurt.
Definitely.
I mean, we just shot a New Year's resolution programming called Launch, which we started, about 2 weeks ago? And just, put into the service. And so I think that's one of the things we're excited about.
I think that's what we're going to grow to be. It's like, when you read in the newspapers and you see these celebrity trainers and you read about, a sports, world-class athlete, how they get fit. I mean, I think that's our goal, is to not only get great signature workouts and series that will change regularly, but also to be very day and date. Like, we see something hot, we'll be in production a week later and be bringing it to our customers that following week. So we're really excited about that.
And excited to work with lots of people in the industry of how to do that, to partner with different brands. Radius, we see this as an umbrella brand that can bring lots of other things under that.
Already, it's already like a lot of people are just kind of calling and wanting to know, because it's an incredible way. I mean, look at all of the opportunities. It's a credible way to get, get out there and the stories out there and the incredible trainers and things like that. So it's really exciting.
Makes sense. So Natalie, as a creator of the program, and you've created other programs before, you created New Fit, which you teach, in person to real people. I'm curious, how did your creative process change? Did you think about different types of workouts, structuring them differently? How did your approach have to change for digital and multi-platform?
First of all, studio fitness is, I live in New York, for those of you who don't know, and studio fitness is such a phenomenon there and a boom, and it's energy and cranking music and all that stuff. So when you're doing it for a person at home that's not with you every day, you have to realize you're going from a person that's never done fitness to maybe a superstar athlete. So you want to be able to connect with that person, show different levels, be accessible, and be fun. That's the thing. It has to be fun. Especially I cater to a lot of women. I'm at heart probably a female trainer, and women, we want to have fun. We want to go out there and we want to love what we're doing, and that is a huge message of mine. And so creating these, I wanted it to be fun. I wanted it to be effective. I want it to be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you're in, you're out. You can go do your things that day, and scalable also. I really felt, okay, if I build this, what am I going to come out with next time that's going to be a little bit more in terms of music, or the things that are kind of hand in hand with fitness right now. But it's also space too. When you're dealing with a consumer at home, it's not a studio. You're in a tiny little space, and you want to make sure that these people, when they're traveling on the road, like my jump rope series, all you need is a jump rope that can fit in your backpack or purse or in your coat. So making programs that you can go crush it all over, that's what really is what I want to do, and hopefully that this is allowing people to do too.
I think that solves a lot of issues for consumers, and I think you hit on a really good point, the fun point, which sounds kind of ambiguous and kind of nice to have, but it's actually really important, I think, for the business model as well, because this different business model of being a subscription service, it's not a kind of buy it once DVD and you either like it, you didn't like it, doesn't matter because a DVD company has taken those dollars. Radius, as a subscription service, has to keep earning those dollars. You have to keep that trust, and it's got to be fun. It's got to be sustainable. And I think sort of changing that quick fix mentality is something that we're trying to do as well. Wouldn't you say, in a lot of the programs? Yeah. So let's talk about distribution. We're coming back to you, Andy. I think when we were doing our original research and trying to understand the consumer need for Radius, what we heard from people, what they wanted in the fitness space, that they didn't get exactly what they needed was, expert trainers, They also wanted the personalization that we've now built into this platform, and they wanted that anytime, anywhere, any screen access to content. That's just like a given in today's media landscape. But while they did want access on any screen, they still really value the big screen in their living room, right? And that's one of the places that Comcast can really deliver to. And so as we've talked about a little bit, we are launching as a subscription video on demand service with Comcast, but also we're talking about being on like the X1 box, which is Comcast's really advanced set-top box. What does that offer, Andy, in terms of innovation and sort of enhancements for the video experience, not just for Radius, but for all different types of content? And how might it apply to fitness as well?
Yeah,
because I think it's
absolutely.
really, if you haven't seen the X1 box, it's a great experience.
Yeah, so the X1 box is our new operating system. It's been out for a couple of years now, and it's a cloud-based, internet-based technology. So it provides a ton of interactivity. So when you talk about the fitness space and all the great stuff that you're doing, there are those elements of interactivity where you can do progress tracking, you can do resume points, you can have community features. So there's so many different things that the platform can offer. We haven't necessarily developed them all, but it has that capability. So I think as Radius ramps up and you have more programming and it is genre specific and allows people to really kind of follow a path and share that path with other subscribers, I think it's certainly great for Comcast and their subscribers.
No, I think that makes sense. And a big difference versus, again, these sort of static DVDs of the past where you don't have those sorts of features. So I think that's one of the things we were excited to be able to leverage. So we have a couple minutes left. I want to talk about also, we talked about how to produce content, how we're distributing it. I think marketing it is also really changing in today's world. Andrea, you've produced a lot of DVDs and infomercials. One of the things that I wonder, and I'm curious to hear from everybody, we certainly at NBC Universal believe that that TV can certainly market a subscription service. That's why we put Radius programming on 3 hours every weekday morning. But I think we also believe that things like social media can be much more important in promoting digital video content. Natalie, you're certainly very active in social media. I'm curious, which are the social platforms that have been most effective for you, and how have they reacted to your entry into the video space?
Yeah, for me right now, Instagram, hands down, over any platform that I'm seeing. I mean, YouTube, in terms of the video space,
Sure.
That's, huge too.
It's a given.
It's a younger generation. People are very connected. You can do like a montage of your life, and people understand like who you are. It's a way to showcase who you are with imagery, without in little snap words, and you can do videos on there and all the stuff that people are doing. So and with the number one thing that I see going on right now is, most people, a lot of girls that I work with, they're getting paid big bucks to do stuff on Instagram. You don't need a publicist anymore. Like it's really crazy. You can almost sit in and do it yourself. You have all these outlets. If you're smart enough and you have, a unique view and you're doing things a little bit different, you can really kind of do it yourself. And I've seen it happen time and time again, especially in the fitness space. I mean, everyone wants they love like little hashtags that, we're doing, and little challenges.
Like hashtag Fit Your Life.
Yeah,
like
exactly. And stuff like that. So it's really, I think Instagram is kind of just this place where people want to play, and it's a really creative space too. So for me, in my age group, I think that, and getting out to my viewers, like interacting, they are always coming back, and if there's a challenge, they're reposting it, and that's all over the world. I mean, that cast of network, you're hitting everyone from here to India. It's huge.
And I think, Instagram, with its focus on sort of beautiful imagery, also works really well for fitness, which has great looking people doing, interesting things in great places, and also has been a good fit for what we're doing in terms of its very sort of premium nature and the high quality of the video content, set design, et cetera. So I think I agree. I think that's been a great opportunity for us. So I just want to, one other topic I want to throw out to everybody here. Again, we've all sort of been through different phases of the evolution of the fitness video industry. I want to talk a little bit about kind of where is it heading, right? So I think we very much, as Andrea touched on a second ago, we think about Radius as this open platform that we can want to integrate with all sorts of different technology and content and partners. It really does need to be permeable, because I think that's how people exercise, that's how people develop their regimens, and so we need to be connected, and we're already working with obviously Map My Fitness and My Fitness Pal, and actually today launching with the Under Armour record as well, which is exciting. I'm curious from all of your perspectives, what's something that you want to see happen in terms of what could integrate with video? What sort of innovations, new products, other enhancements do we want to see in the next couple of years, maybe from folks out here who could be developing them? Anyone?
It's a little tough because, I think that the industry is still driven by personalities.
Sure.
It's still driven by that, getting to know that trainer and believing that that trainer is going to be your ticket to getting fit and healthy and losing weight, And so really it's about marketing personalities like that and making them, you come into your home and maybe you incorporate a wearable, but you do a program, it's a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, and you market it to say, here's what I look like when I started, here's what I look like when I finished, and believe
It's just
me,
all on Instagram
they
now,
will
right?
come. Your
Yeah.
customer will come with that promise of of health and and fitness, clearly.
Yeah.
So really, it's just about getting the message out and getting people to decide it's time to make changes in their lives, and this is the program that's going to do it for them.
Makes
Yeah, I
sense.
would think, interesting from our perspective, I would think, and you're touching on it, it really boils down to variety. So, people are, certainly individuals and they gravitate to certain things. And we, just see from our platform alone, we have walking videos that do great. We have yoga videos that do great. And then we have like intense cardio videos that do really well. So, I think for us, by, providing a variety of offerings that, resonate with different subscribers, I think that's what I like to see going forward.
Makes sense. And I'm curious, obviously we talk a lot about wearables, and Natalie, I'm curious what experience you've seen with all the people you see in sort of studio fitness, how they're integrating wearables, and Andy, do you see that sort of start to integrate with X1 boxes in the future? How important do we think that'll be for video as well?
I mean, I think it's huge,
Yeah.
especially, the fusion of fitness and fashion right now between Tory Burch doing her thing, like everyone's doing a capsule collection, and I think not only women, but men are very interested in, metrics and things like that. People are so smart. Like I always say, like, you go into a class, you better know your stuff inside and out, because those girls are smart of it. They're like top notch. People are so educated at this point that having all this knowledge is just another tool in their tool belt to get better at doing triathlons or whatever they're trying to do. But I think the wearable connection with the video space, with even music, I think those three put together, it's kind of unstoppable.
So I think we'll end on that note, an unstoppable note. So thank you guys for everything, and for today in particular. And just one quick note, if you want to learn more about Radius, we do have a booth out on the floor. Come visit us. And Natalie and another one of our trainers, Keone Hudoba, will be at the booth a couple times over the next week. So come meet them, take your Instagram selfie, and do some push-ups. So thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.